What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel, fellow X-ray tech peep here, giving you the daily dose of radiation and knowledge, stuff you probably won't find out there on the internet. And today we're covering, so this is more for students or for other X-ray techs that are switching jobs and wanting to know. So, how hard, as far as physical demanding on your body, or post-tired, or with your schedule, so how that works on your body, wear and tear over time. After I've just had like a year under my belt on it, still young, still new, but this is more for like students wanting to know. So to give you an example, I work at a level 3 trauma center, ER. I do 7 on, 7 off, so I'm a night tech, and I did also work days, so I know both. About 40 rooms in my ER. And then we had the x-ray, the whole hospital for morning ports and stuff. So as far as tiredness, there's several things that kind of will, from what I've seen, will kind of tickle down to how, because when I work nights, I worked with one tech, and then right now, my second half of my year, I've worked with a different tech. And I can say this second part has been more easier, and I'll get into detail. So, essentially, just working 7 on, 7 off, as far as that goes, like if you don't take into account busy, not busy, just the 7 on, I'd feel like, by me personally, by mainly 6 and 7 is kind of where you feel like tired a little bit more, and it's a little bit more sluggish, and maybe towards the end you'll kind of be like nodding and trying to make it through, me personally. But I mainly, I have 2 kids I take care of with my wife, and she works days, I work nights. So for the most part, on a good night, I'll go to sleep around 10 a.m., wake up about 4:30, so maybe 6. So I'm always running on about 6.5 hours of sleep for the most part. If probably slept more, it wouldn't be that bad, but that's kind of where I see myself struggling. I'll probably need an energy drink by day 6 or 7, most parts. As far as like tired of the workflow and stuff, depending on the season, the weather and stuff, you'll definitely see that it'll affect the workflow and how tired, because sometimes you'll get there and you'll just be doing stuff till like 11, and then it'll chill off about midnight to like 2, 3 a.m. And then you gotta go do morning portables, and that's a good chunk of the afternoon, well, the rest of the shift. And then towards the end, you get a little spur of the day shift, people coming in 7 a.m. to the ER. So then the code's in there. So if your partner, for instance, is not as strong as you are, and you gotta do morning portables, and you, like for instance, we go to the ICU, and you're kind of doing majority of the weight, which it doesn't bother me, but like I've noticed between going through these 2 techs that are working with me, the other one's been more stronger, more capable. It's made everything more easier, and it's like less tear and less tired. I'm less tired when I finish these shifts. Like I won't, it doesn't bother me picking up extra days during the week, because like I remember at the beginning I would work night shifts, and then I'd be really tired by the end, and then even if I would have to pick up extra days, it would be a struggle when I did. But I could do a lot of the time. Your partner, he helps out a lot, and it'll save, for longevity of your job. And also, I would say your coworkers too. It really doesn't mess with me, but it does mess with other people. Like, it's more for like ladies that be having drama at work and all that stuff. Us men, we really don't deal much with it, because we're men. We just go there to work, because there's a lot of drama amongst female coworkers, and that's like everywhere. You can't even say just medical job. Even my wife at her job, she's a nurse, and she deals with a lot of drama and stuff that affects, it's just mental draining, which I personally, as a dude, doesn't bother me. I don't, but I know some people that it can affect you as far as that. And let's see. I would say also like split either. I've noticed because with the first tech, it was kind of like, okay, one exam came in and we just flip and flop. And I feel like for me personally, when this other tech I'm working with, we just both go and just knock it out quicker. Or there'll be 3 or 4 and we'll just go boom, 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 knock them out. It's easier and you're not as tired. I feel like, because you kind of have a routine, you know, and like everything gets done more quicker and stuff. I personally like to do it that way. And I feel like I'm not as tired. So right now that I have my good partner, we're both kind of, we're not, I want to say we're built, but we have decent level of strength and we won't be as tired. And now when I pull day shifts, it doesn't bother me as much because I'm not struggling to go through. And I'll say like for day shifts, it's a little bit more work. Me and my night shift partner were talking, it's like a little bit more work because there's more patients, more stuff on the floor, more stuff going on, but you do have more help for the most part. So that's a plus. But I will say most of the time, you'll end up a little bit more tired during day shifts because it's a little bit more workload compared to nights. So it's kind of like, you're like, how do I really want to work this overtime? When I know if I worked a night shift, it'll be a little bit more easier and calm, not as much chaotic. So it's all personal preference at that. But that's my take on it. I hope that gives you kind of a good idea of it. And so I do work out. Just started going back to it. So when your job is very physically demanding, like during the first part of my year of working, going to the gym, it was a real struggle. And now I'll like leave the hospital and like I'll just go and work out and I'll be fine. I'll still have energy to do other stuff. So like I feel like if you have a good partner and it goes well, like it won't even be a burden to go do gym or do even other curricular activities afterwards. I will say even right now that I have a good shift and a good partner and good everything, I still say Wednesday, that last night, and I'm here getting to sleep Wednesday night because I get off Wednesday in the morning. That Wednesday night, I'm like struggling. Like I still have to sleep and rest, and my lady will see me struggling that day. So for me, I just need like one good day of just good rest. And then for the rest of the 6 days, I'll be pretty good, back to normal. And I mean, that first day going back, it's kind of a like, either if you slept the night, if you slept during the day, you'll be good. But if you kind of just like don't sleep and go through it, sometimes it's a little bit of struggle and you'll end up kind of be like head bobbing, trying to make it back to the transition on that first shift. And yeah. We'll see you in the next one.